Hello, beautiful, spicy ladies. Some men are better at lying and sneaking around than others. But trust me, there's no such thing as a approach either. Every cheating man will display even physical signs that he is sleeping with someone else. Luckily, we've cracked their code and figured out their secrets. If your partner displays most or all of these signs, it's pretty clear what's going on. Now, 1. Avoiding physical intimacy. Here's one of the first and most obvious physical signs he is sleeping with someone else. He is no longer sleeping with you. Look, I'm not saying that men must be in the mood at all times. Every relationship expert will tell you that it's perfectly normal for a guy not to be turned on point a few days. After all, they're human beings with emotions. However, if your sex life has drastically changed recently and it's all because your partner keeps avoiding physical intimacy, I'm not saying that infidelity is the only reason behind this, but it sure is a possibility you should look into. If this is the only warning sign you're faced with, try searching for other causes of him avoiding intimacy. Maybe your work is stressing him out, or he's been having trouble with his mental health. On the other hand, if you can relate to some of the other physical signs he's sleeping with someone else, you've got yourself a problem. Now, 2. Looking his best. Having a man who takes care of his appearance is not a sign of infidelity. However, being in a committed relationship with a man who couldn't care less about his looks and then noticing a sudden change in his appearance is a clear sign of cheating. Remember how he looked at the beginning of your relationship. He was always dressed to impress, made sure he smelled great, and paid a lot of attention to his appearance. But after a while, all of that changed. Your healthy relationship became his comfort zone. He realized that you'd love him at his worst, so he stopped trying to look his best. But suddenly, all of that has changed. Why? Isn't it obvious? He's in love with someone else and he's going out of his way to impress this new woman in his life. He's got a new cologne, wears fancy shirts, goes to the barber shop regularly, and most importantly, he started investing in new underwear. Isn't that a bit fishy? But before I give you more signs today, let me request you to hit that subscribe button. Please do it right now if you love my content. If you love what I do, I bless your heart. The only way for you to support me is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe right now to my YouTube channel as a sign of goodwill for the content that I share with you so freely. I really appreciate it. Now, 3. His phone is your biggest clue. Snooping into other people's belongings, even if we're talking about your significant other, is plain wrong. But hey, there is an exception to every rule. Besides, you know what they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. A cheater will always hide his phone at all costs. He'll carry it with him to the bathroom, place it upside down when you're around so you don't see his notifications, change his password, or even turn on airplane mode whenever he's with you. Why would he do this if there were nothing to hide? Of course, this fact alone doesn't have to mean that he's actually sleeping with another woman, but it's definitely an obvious sign he's fooling around behind your back. If nothing else, he's exchanging secret conversations on Messenger, phone calls, and text messages with someone else. Or maybe his Snapchat score keeps going up and he's flirting online and has different dating apps. Anyway, if he hasn't already cheated on you physically, he's definitely about to do it soon. Besides, don't forget that an emotional affair is still cheating. Now, for poor communication, when you come to think about it, the truth is that you and your other half no longer talk. I'm not talking about the fact that you literally don't say anything to each other because you're mad, but there's no trace of real deep conversations in your romance anymore. All you do is small talk. You talk about the weather, groceries, bills, errands, and the kids if you have. There is no more real communication, no more deep questions, no more asking for each other's advice, no more checking the other person's opinion. Why do you think this is so? Well, first of all, he's the one avoiding it. There is no doubt about that. While the reasoness he's doing it is because he is not interested in what you have to say. I know it sounds harsh, but it's true. Communication is one form of intimacy, and that's not what this man wants with you right now. But there is also a more obvious reason for this change in behavior. He's reduced your conversations to the bare minimum because it's easier for him to lie that way. If he doesn't talk that much, there is less possibility of him saying something he shouldn't. 5. He's busy all the time. One of the physical signs he is sleeping with someone else is strongly connected to this man's sudden change in schedule. You are not a needy girlfriend who breathes down his neck, but you're used to knowing everything about his whereabouts. Now that has changed as well. All of a sudden, he has some new habits you know nothing about. He keeps coming home late, never initiates dates, and is always too busy to return your phone call, let alone see you. Of course, you get the impression that he's been avoiding you. Well, let me reveal a heartbreaking truth he really is. After all, he still has the same 24 hours a day, and now he has to fit this other person into his schedule. And as painful as this might sound, the truth is that he'd rather spend time with her than you. Nope. 6 strange behavior patterns and new habits. You can truly explain it, but you see that something is off. He's different, and nobody can tell you otherwise. Even when he kisses you, he does it in a weird way. It's like you're looking at another man compared to the guy he was a few weeks ago. He's changed his habits and is engaging in unusual behavioral patterns. Maybe he's hit the gym or started going to bed earlier than before. He changed his regular coffee shop. His taste in music is now different, and even his attitudes and opinions about things are not the same. This is a good sign that something is going on with your partner. He's obviously spending a lot of time with someone new, and this person has huge influence on him. But hey, if he wasn't a cheater, you'd know if he had a new friend or co-worker he looks up to, wouldn't you? Nevertheless, according to your findings, there is no one who could inspire him to change this much. No. 7. Another phone and social media profiles. We've already talked about how your partner's phone is your biggest clue if you want to find signs of infidelity. But what if he doesn't hide his phone and you don't find anything strange in it when you snoop around? At the same time, he's displaying all the telltale signs he's been sleeping around. Does that mean that you should give up on your search? 10 tip definitely not. Here's a pro tip from a relationship expert. Most cheaters have backup phones. Not only that, they also have backup social media profiles where they're free to do whatever they want. In many cases, they even use a false name and other personal information for the infidelity. They catfish other women who are, in most cases, completely unaware of this man's love life. However, if they do use a profile with their real name, they block you and everyone you know. So I recommend Googling him in incognito kind to look for another phone in his car or the back of his drawers. No, 8. Sleeping in another room. We've already established that your sex life is non-existent. But what if he doesn't want to sleep with you either? Yes, I mean naturally sleeping next to you. I know all the excuses by heart. He doesn't want to bother you with his snoring. where you both fall asleep and wake up at different times. So it's more convenient like this. And my personal favorite, you should sleep with the baby because he needs rest since he gets up early to go to work. To be honest, each one of these reasons is a perfectly valid excuse. But truth be told, sleeping together is extremely important for bonding, especially for those couples who aren't spending time together during the day. It's the time when you have a chance to talk, cuddle, and be intimate, and I'm not only talking about having sex. It's completely different if you both agree not to sleep in the same room. But if he's the one insisting on it, it's one of the physical signs he is sleeping with someone else. Now night and usually romantic and caring. This one will probably come as a shock. But some men actually become the best husbands or boyfriends in the world when they're having an affair. If he slept with another woman last night, he'd probably show up with flowers or an expensive gift the next morning. Why? Well, isn't it actually obvious? First up, he's trying to blind you. He is better than ever, and you enjoy his attention so much that you have no time and energy left to spy on him or even doubt his fidelity. That's not the only hidden reason behind his behavior. He is also feeling guilty for being a cheater, so to him, this is a way to clear his conscience. According to this logic, he is still paying you attention, so his actions are excusable. But what does this mean? That every time a guy brings you flowers out of the blue, you should see it as a big sign of him cheating and break up immediately? Absolutely not. However, if he displays other physical signs he is sleeping with someone else, see it as a red flag? No, can change body language. This is real life, not a movie, and your significant other is not a paid actor but a human being. Therefore, even if he doesn't confess his infidelity, his body language will tell you the truth. How does he react when you confront him about being a cheater? I'm sure he gets all nervous and says all sorts of stupid things. He avoids eye contact, his palms get sweaty, his voice trembles, and his hands start to shake. Isn't it obvious that he is in something? The fact that your man acts like a little child caught doing something he shouldn't tells you more than enough. No, 11, lying about literally everything. Here's a psychological fact: lying is fun until it's not. Of course, but in the beginning, it really does make one's life easier. So your partner has been lying to you about how he's spending his time and got away with it, that is, for now. But the biggest problem with lying is that you can't stop whenever you feel like it. It's never enough to tell just one lie. Instead, you always have to back it up with at least another one so your story adds up. Before you know it, you're trapped in a web of lies without a way out. And that's exactly what's happened with your significant other. He started lying about literally everything, even though you haven't caught him lying about his infidelity. You keep catching him out when he doesn't tell you the truth about other things. No, 12, getting close with a stupid female. Sadly, the other woman is not always some random side chick your partner met online or at a club. You frequently fail to see the signs of cheating because it's happening right under your nose. That's right, you can't see the wood for the trees. If your partner has got unexpectedly close with a specific woman, she is the first one you should pay attention to. This can be a female friend or a co-worker he started spending a lot more time with than usual. Did he get back in touch with an ex-girlfriend? If he did, see it as a warning sign. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should be an overly jealous girlfriend who doesn't hum and hang out with other women. However, there must be a reason he's suddenly gotten so close with someone. No, 13, a financial crisis. despite working after hours. Is there any lamer excuse for cheating than telling your ass that you have to work late? I don't think so. Well, your unfaithful partner thinks it's the best line anyone could come up with. I know what you must be thinking. He's working late because he wants to provide more. He is thinking about your future together. And who are you to call him out on that? You'd enjoy his absence because it's for a good cause. But do you actually see all of that money? If he's been working long hours, he should get paid for it or get a raise. Nevertheless, the man has never been poor. Something clearly doesn't add up here. Is it possible that he is actually spending all of his cash on this new girl? No, for King, everything about you annoys him. If your guy is having an affair, he is interested in the girl he's been seeing. At the same time, he's been losing interest in you more and more. The harsh truth is that you annoy him. Everything that you say or do bothers him, and he is constantly picking fights for no apparent reason. First of all, you do get on his nerves. In his twisted reality, he sees you as an obstacle to having his happily ever after with the woman he is so crazy in love with. It doesn't make any sense. I know, but that's why your presence annoys him. Also, it's easier for him to get into a fight with you than to look you in the eyes and pretend as if everything is perfectly normal. 15, he's growing. You know how you see when someone is in love? They get this special glow that you can't fake. Well, your partner has been glowing recently. He's seeing through the house, has a wide smile on his face when he stares at his phone, is clumsy, and is in a good mood. Of course, it all stops the moment he sees you. I hate to break it to you, but this is one of the biggest physical signs he is sleeping with someone else. As painful as it is, the truth is that he's happy. He doesn't think about the consequences of his actions, nor is he concerned about your well-being. This man is living in the moment and he is currently enjoying himself. 16 clues of another woman. Hickeys, bruises, scratches, the scent of the other woman's perfume when you hug him. Traces of makeup, yes. I'm talking about that lipstick shade you never use. The list goes on and on. You keep on finding bobby pins under the bed, a new shampoo in the bathroom, or strings of hair all over his car. And whenever you confront him about it, he offers you a silly excuse that nobody would buy. Well, let me tell you something. This is not just all of this tells you that the other woman knows about you. She's probably leaving these clues on purpose so you figure out what's going on. Now, 17 innovative moves. How do you know your man is sleeping around? His bedroom skills change for the better. He's been spending a lot of time with another woman who has taught him a thing or two of satisfying a woman. Sadly, he's putting these innovative moves to use on you now. Actually, it doesn't have to be closely connected to the bedroom. He might start kissing you differently or change his cutting style. This is a red flag if we're talking about a long-term relationship. This man hasn't brought anything new to the bedroom in ages. And now all of a sudden, you feel like you're sleeping with a completely new person. Well, indirectly, you're not 18, his friends and family act differently. Frequently, the cheated woman is the last one to find out about being cheated on. Maybe your partner's friends and family know what's going on, and that's why they keep avoiding you. They don't do it because they want to cut ties with you. These people are probably just embarrassed about what he's doing and that they know. They hate lying to you, but at the same time, they don't want to interfere and be the ones to tell you the truth. However, you notice the change in their behavior and wonder what's caused it. Well, here's the answer. No, 19, he's completely indifferent. I'll be honest with you. There is nothing worse than indifference, and that's exactly what your partner feels for you. Nothing. All of his emotions are somewhere else, and it's like you don't even exist to him. You try to seduce him, but fail to turn him on. Even when he does sleep with you, he does it without any passion. He is no longer jealous of other men in your surroundings. It's like he's patiently waiting for you to leave him so he doesn't have to be the doctor. Now, 20, your intuition whispers it to you. Finally, your gut feeling tells you that something is going on. You are a woman, and your intuition is incredibly strong. The cheater in question can be the best liar in the world, and you don't have to catch him red-handed. But deep down, you know the awful truth. Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies, make life beautiful. See you in our next video. Take care.